So I've decided to have a look and see if I can get some winter tyres for the van, because if I'm going to be up in the mountains, I know I've got some snow chain things, but even on the smallest, on the tiniest amount of snowfall on the tyres I've got, I don't think it'll cope. And the worst thing to do going up mountain roads is to not have any grip, because you could so easily fall off the edge.
Turn right onto via 26 February.
Yeah, very, very scary stuff. So I stopped at one garage a little while ago, and they had my size tyres, but not in winter. So I need to find winter tyres. So there's a dealership here in this town, which is on the way up to Courmayeur.
In 300 metres at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on via Jean-Baptiste Barrel.
Yeah, so I'm heading there to see if they've got winter tyres. I don't know whether I'm going to need just 2 or actually get 4, because the 2, it's front wheel drive. The drive tyres are the ones that you would need to get yourself out of trouble. But then the back may slip around and cause even more problems. So I'll see how much they are. I mean, if they're like £50, 60 euros each, then I'll probably get 4. But if they're silly money, like 100 euros each, then I'm going to have to consider.
In 150 metres, turn left onto via Carducci della Libertà, Strada Regionale 45. Turn left onto via Carducci della Libertà, Strada Regionale 45.
I'm following Google sat nav because the road wouldn't come up on my normal sat nav, and the problem with Google sat nav is it doesn't take into account that you're on
in 400 metres, roads. Your destination will be on the left.
So when you go round a roundabout, it thinks you're going round the roundabout the way in the UK. It would say at the third exit, when actually it's not the third exit. It's the sort of first exit, as it were, as it would be. I can't see this place. Dealership down there. The last one was in a car dealership. Fuel's bloody dear. I luckily had got some before I left, and it was 1.23 a litre. And the whole way up here, it's kind of between 1.35 and 1.38.
Your destination is on the left.
Destination's on my left. Oh, I see. There's a... No. Let's go up that little road. I'll have to go back round. To earlier, the guy tried to sell me normal tyres and said they're fine for any weather, and they're completely different from winter tyres, because winter tyres are all cross-hatched and these ones were just straight lines in the grooves. And I just said to him, no, they have to be winter tyres. He said they're fine. No, they must be winter tyres. Oh, this is it, it's on the right here, but it looks closed for lunch. Standard. Alloy wheels, tyres. Yes, this looks like it's the place. Okay. So I don't know whether to just go and find a cafe, have some lunch myself, and come back afterwards. Oh, I saw a bloody Vespa for sale in the last garage I was in, and it was really old. Pale blue with a white or cream coloured seat. It looked amazing, but I tried to find the guy to ask him how much he wanted for it, but the guy who owned the garage said it wasn't his. But yeah, it was bloody lovely. My mate Ian would love that. He's got a Lambretta, I think. Has he got a Vespa or Lambretta? Or maybe, I don't know, he's got one of the two. Yeah, they're not normally as expensive over here. In Malta, I saw one for sale. I saw a Ford Escort Mark 1, Mexico, and the same guy had a Vespa, and the Vespa he only wanted something like £500, yeah, 500 euros for it, and the Mark 1 he wanted like sort of £5 grand, but even £5 is nothing compared to what they're actually worth. So yeah, so this is shut. So yeah, I'll come back in a little while. I'm going to go and find someone to get a coffee. Bye for now. Right, I've decided to find a different garage. I went and had a look, and that one was not open again until 3:30, and it's only 1 o'clock, so I didn't want to stick around there for a couple of hours. So I'm going to move on to the next village or town, which is about 3 or 4 miles, but 3 or 4 miles up here. And I've got to stay away from the edges because I'm not sure if any of these would hit my roof box. So when they're hanging over, they hit the rocks. I'm kind of moving out of it just to be on the safe side. I thought I'd just show you this lovely road. See, look, the Grand Tool Show on Top Gear. These are the sort of places they should come drive around. Amazing. And the toll road just went through this mountain. It was like down below. I watched, you know, kind of where I went around the corner. The toll road, which is underneath me, just cut straight through the mountain. So where I'm going to come out, up in a village somewhere, the toll road is right down there. God, it's so beautiful.
Keep right onto Franciolet-Champéry.
I keep saying it, and it must be getting boring for people to hear this, saying how wonderful and beautiful and amazing, all these adjectives I'm using to describe what this looks like. But until you're here, you can't understand it. You can't see the height. You can't see the kind of robustness of the mountains, and it's like they're impregnable. You know, they're just huge and solid and overpowering, kind of sitting above you and looking down at you. And it's you've got to be here to see it. You can't. I can take a million pictures, and I'm never going to get a picture that's going to show you the sheer scale and height of these mountains, what it's like looking up at them. Just gorgeous. I love the fact we're getting into these chalet style, really heavy duty houses now, tall, thick, lots of wood, looking, you know, you're definitely in the mountains when you start seeing these. Just lovely. I must be at 1,500 metres now, because when I left the campsite that was at 300 metres above sea level, and there's been a steady incline, and then this bit here is really going up steep. So it must be, it's got to be more than 1,000. I've been going up for quite a while. So yeah, I'll when I get to the next town where the other tyre place is, I'll Google how high it is above sea level. I mean, the ski resort caught my ear is just the base of the ski resort in the town, not up on the hills and the mountains, is 2,500, I think. But it's really close to Mont Blanc, and I think Mont Blanc's, you know, like 5,000 or something silly like that. I know there's a ski slope up at 3,800 metres, and I'm sure there's one at 4,300 as well. I think. I'll check that out. Gorgeous, isn't it? Right, this tyre place looks like it's down here on the left. I'll come back when I'm further along. Okay. Hello there. So I found a tyre place over here, Michelin place, and this is Aosta, A-O-S-T-A, and it's Aosta Valley, and this is kind of a ski resort here. There is a gondola that goes up somewhere, and I've seen loads of ski shops, and there's an airport here, which I was surprised at. Must be a small one, but everyone's getting their winter tyres put on like now, so it's definitely going to start snowing soon. It's going to be 89 euros per tyre, and she suggested don't get two. You know, it's a lot of money, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going to go for 4. I'll put them on my credit card, anything I can do, and yeah. So at least I'll have 4 really decent winter tyres. And I've also bought a pair of really good snow grip things that are over there. They're like a snow chain, but they're made out of like paracord material. They kind of got webbing at the front, but the stuff that goes around is really tough paracord type material. So I'm going to take those with me in case I get stuck, because I can actually drive on them then. Right, I'm going to go and get a coffee, and I'll come back to you all later. Bye. Good afternoon. These are the tunnels through the mountains that lead up to the Courmayeur ski resort, and I've been in the tunnels probably with little tiny gaps, like an out then an in again. It's been going on now for 20 miles. So I don't know here, it might stay out, but I've been going out of a tunnel and then a tiny gap and then back in another tunnel. But it's just carved through the mountains. Yeah, it looks like I'm staying out for a while now. And I'm starting to see snow now on the tops of the mountains. So it's crept up and up and up as I've been going along, very, very gently, unlike the kind of windy other road that's down below me that just hugs the sides of the mountains. So although it's cost me from Venice to here, probably cost me a total of 40 euros in tolls, it saved me easily half 20 euros in fuel, I imagine, and time and wear and tear. So what's 20 euros in comparison to wear and tear on the van, and yeah, so I'm not really worried. I just stopped at Aosta and got tyres, new tyres put onto the camper, onto Martha. So she's got a whole new set of boots. Wasn't cheap. Originally, when they first looked, it was going to be 89 euros per tyre. But then when they found out mine were 65 16s, they suddenly didn't have any of the 89 euro ones, and they were 125 each. So for 4 tyres, it's cost me 500 euros. However, although it's a massive chunk of my budget, at least now, if it snows a bit, you know, I'll feel much safer driving around in a little bit of snow, going up and down and being able to stop. Whereas before, the tyres I had on were pretty low tread. I mean, they're the original tyres for this van. So the ones I got on now are with proper winter tyres. So I'll feel much safer. And also, I've got the front. I didn't buy the ones from the garage because they were just too expensive. But I did buy some from Amazon before I left for the front wheels to get me out of snow. And they're not chains, they're like these plastic ratchet straps that fit on. So yes, I've got those for anything that's really deep. Courmayeur is only Mont Blanc, the tallest mountain in Europe, isn't far from here, and that is 4,800 something meters tall. So if you want to compare that to Everest is 8,800, and a plane flies at 10,000. So yeah, fairly high up. Anyway, once I get to this resort, if I want to go into France, back to pretty much any ski resort that's worth its salt in France, so Leger, Morzine, Le Prat, Three Valleys, so Courchevel, Maribel, Chamonix, Val d'Isère, Tignes, can all be reached from this side in Italy within 2 hours, because I'm that close to the French border, and also very close to the Swiss border as well. So now, a thought I had is that Switzerland isn't on anyone's list as being, you can't come in from Switzerland. You have quarantine list, and it's not on France's list, and it's not on Italy's list, and it's not on the UK's list. So I kind of think if I wanted to slip into Switzerland from here, I'm only looking at a maybe half an hour drive across the Swiss border, and if I then wanted to fly back to the UK, and that would just be to kind of collect my pills and do a few odds and ends, see my kids, see my mates, then I could go from Geneva back to the UK, go and see everybody, and then fly back to Geneva, and then get in my van and carry on. And I've only been in, inverted commas, Switzerland. So when I decide, right, I'm going to either go to France because there might be a ski job, or come to Italy because there might be a ski job, or come to Italy because I want to drive down to Malta, I should be able to drive straight back in, because I've not been anywhere in anyone else's eyes that's on their list. So that's worth considering. That's another should I do it or not type scenario. But I think this is the end of the autostrada coming up, and then I've got an exit coming up here, and about a mile of normal roads to get to the resort. So yeah, anyway, I'll carry on filming later when I'm in the resort and kind of show you all around what it looks like. Bye for now.